Yo, yo. All right. I think we are here and good to go. Let me continue. Everything Gucci. All right, yes. Wagwan everyone, Sandro Che here. Welcome back to the channel. Boy, it feels like well, I think it feels like it's definitely an early chapter this month. I mean, coming off of last month's chapter, we were already celebrating that this month's one was going to be early. So I know here we are for the most part, and I'm glad. But you know, the interesting thing is the title of the chapter, Uzumaki Kawaki. That's very interesting to me. I mean, one, if you probably don't even have to be like a big like Naruto or Boruto manga fan reader, but if you even go back to like pre-time skip, right? Like, or even just Naruto, I think chapter 1 is titled Uzumaki Naruto, and then for Boruto, let me see. Can I get it? Yeah, see, there we go. Chapter 1 is Uzumaki Naruto. And of course, chapter 700 is Uzumaki Naruto as well. Boom. I think for Boruto, yeah, chapter 1 is Uzumaki Boruto. So like the chapter titles that have Uzumaki some in it, very important. And apart from Kawaki coming in and this being a very important chapter for him power wise, you guys know me, I'm the Kool-Aid guy. I love looking at the nuance of things. So I'm curious from a character development standpoint what chapter 24 has in store for Kawaki. But anyway, shout out to those of you who will be joining the stream after the fact. Of course, hold on. I think my stream isn't so hot in terms of the quality. Am I glitching on you guys' side? Hold on, got an idea. Turn this off. Just want to make sure this is smooth before before moving on. How is the stream on you guys' side? You know, I always act this when, you know, a lot of times I could just check it myself as well. Let's see. Let us see. Okay. I think it looks fine for the most part. Let me see if I put it back, this back, then the encoding goes up. Just let me know if I start glitching in the comments, because I'm definitely getting like encoding overloaded in OBS here. Yeah. Let me just turn this back off for now. Alright. Whatever. I think I've said enough. I'm gonna just work with it like this. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, A mission in Sunagakure. Yeah, head there as soon as Amado's removed your limiters and help Sarada and the others. Once you've arrived, I'll go too. That will likely cause Jura to join in, but your presence will give us a chance. It can't be that simple. It was just for a second, but I saw his power. He's a bona fide monster. I don't think adding more of us is gonna make any difference. Okay, Gucci. Alright, what's this? It ain't possible to take Jura down right now. The question is how to survive once he engages with us. The most realistic way is for all of us to flee together using my flying Raijin, but there are conditions to teleporting long distances. I need to sense a chakra I've imbued into that metal piece. Something that'd be impossible if I were fighting that monster all alone. Alright, so you want me to buy that time, eh? Alright, Jura coming in. Tail Beast Bomb. Karma, Absorb. And behind Kawaki. The middle finger. Sukuna Ikona. Daikoku 10. Yeah, the man truly embodying the Ishiki energy right now. Alright, Boruto jumping out of the way. Jura Tail Beast bombing them, I suppose. Kawaki appears behind him with his claw, grab him. And then clean hit. Bounces back. Block with the staff. Then he attacks there. Boom, block. Kawaki going in. Tells us this is legitimately some Dragon Ball level stuff, brother. Just well, in the sense that, you know, how it looks on panel, like if you were to compare with some, I guess, Dragon Ball panels, manga wise. Alright. Kawaki attacks there. And then gets a stab in. And then what did he just like twist it? Wait, what did this man do? No, did he channel like a karma blast through the pool? That's actually pretty neat. And then oh man, Kawaki do real good. It's alright, there's no problem. Calm yourself. Alright, Kawaki going in. Man, I'll deactivate him karma, it's serious. Whoa, I can't believe he's able to push Jura this much. Maybe he can actually... No. What is this man doing? Uzumaki Kawaki. As I thought, you're displaying incomparably greater combat ability than before. However, did you manage to acquire such power in so short a time? Oh, Kawaki gives him the response. Does a lot of push-ups and sit-ups, and he drinks plenty of juice. Yo, that would actually be funny. Actually, it's not just you. Uzumaki Himawari. She suddenly transformed before me and showed what seemed like someone else's power. In hindsight, it's as if Yamanaka Inajin's sacrifice served as a trigger in some way. And Uchiha Sarada, she too unexpectedly awakened to power and took my brethren down extremely easily. Sarada did? Every one of these is an unusual situation that would be unthinkable under normal circumstances, and it is my opinion that what all these concerning incidents seem to have in common is the topic I'm currently passionately researching, the thing called love. There is no doubt that it is a curious, fatal weakness that you humans possess, but on the other hand, could it also be a factor that enables extraordinary evolution? What do you think, Kawaki? I'd love to hear your honest opinion. You talk a lot for a fan. Yo, man said no talking, brother. What is? Woo, wood style? Don't blow your fuse so quickly, Kawaki. I just want to chat with you. And he's recovered, of course. Wait, did this man just build a wood style throne? I mean, I never expected you to come to Boruto's rescue. For as far as I know, there is only one thing in this world that you want to protect, and that is supposed to be Uzumaki Naruto. Yo, man, I like Jura got the style, dog. Jura got the style. Like, man's like, dog, you thought you had me? No, dog. I'm just chilling, bro. I'm chilling. A while ago, I went to Konoha seeking him and was shocked to learn that he had passed away. But now, looking into your sincere eyes, I'm convinced. Uzumaki Naruto. He's alive, isn't he? So I'm right. You're easy to read. I'm not good at lying either, and I know this will likely get under your skin, but I want to consume Uzumaki Naruto. I heard that he shared a deep bond with many of the Biju, and perhaps love had something to do with that as well. I can't help thinking that. I'm hoping that I might learn more about love if I devour him. Damn you! Boruto, back in. Sorry about the wait. We're good now. I've got a lock on the symbol. You're flying Raijin, I take it. I loathe us parting, but so be it. I suppose we're done for today. Let's go, Kawaki. Man said, no, dog. Yo, let me go, dog. May I take him down? No! Give me a sec. Hey, Jura, listen up. I don't really give a crap about love, but I will give you credit for your instincts and intuition in setting your eyes on Lord Seventh. Don't misunderstand though, you will die by my hand, I swear on it. Amusing. I appreciate you being frank with me. Now I'm done, let's go. Kawaki, I'm glad we got to talk. Let us meet again. Man, so yo, freak out, dog. But yo, man, not like this panel look cool, bro. This looks sick. Like Boruto in another cloak, Kawaki in another cloak. Yo, the man them look fresh. Yo, it's Boruto's. I was told to drop it somewhere around here because it's hard to sense the chakra if someone's holding it. You might want to take a step back. It'd be pretty pitiful if you got stomped on or something. Yo, Jado, Kuroharu, we don't care what anybody wants to say that. This man just keeps getting the L's, bro. The man getting the cool treatments. Kawaki, the heck are you doing? That's my line, damn it. Sorry about that, master. You still have the thorn bulb? Jeez, sheesh. This thing, right? Of course I do. Good, then we'll head straight to Konoha. I wasn't sure for a bit how it turned out, but we can breathe easy now, right? This shouldn't be praised. This was way too dangerous a wager that could have easily destroyed even the good futures. The fact that Boruto survived itself is a good thing, of course, but thanks to his actions, the future has greatly shifted again. What's the big deal? Isn't that how life usually works to begin with? This isn't someone else's problem, Aida. Mamushi is going on the move, and his target is you. You're joking, right? Wait, hold on. That seems like such a weird transition after Ada asking him that question. This isn't someone else's problem, Ada. Mamushi is going on the move. Do you? Right, gross. What's with your facial expression? You feel unwell or something? Just the opposite, Hidari. Listen to this. Kawaki actually paid me a compliment. There's a modern phrase I just learned that might be appropriate to use right now. Oh, what is it? Totally ick. What? Nah, come on, bro. Come on. Yeah, that is my exact reaction to that. Like, what? Yo, oh god, what an interesting chapter. But it's curious that Jura seems happy that Kawaki paid him a compliment. Interesting. Alright, well, wait, when does the next chapter drop? That's the first question. Okay, so the 20th of August. So back to usual programming in terms of the schedule. Alright, well, what can I say? I'm like a broken record for 24 straight chapters. Like, it's just another solid chapter to me. First impressions coming off of it, like, I really like, again, this is a battle shonen. I really like that Kawaki has finally gotten, like, his stocks are back up and comparable, if not on the same level as Boruto in terms of like the stock value right now. He's looking very impressive. It makes it feel so much more dynamic in terms of like how the story can go. Even just Kawaki having an effect on where the story can go as well, essentially, with his power being what it is. Because the thing is, no, I mean, of course Amado must still have like a safe or shutdown sequence for him, but outside of that, the fact that he's as powerful as he is now, I can imagine there should be some potential for conflict, because, you know, Kawaki is going to try to dictate how things is going to go, especially with his new power, I would imagine. So there's that. What I didn't get from this chapter, though, what I was kind of hoping for, was the nuance in Kawaki's adjustments in like abilities and power level, etc, etc. No, we did kind of get this to a small degree when Amado was saying like well, when Sumer was saying like, yo dog, like Kawaki can probably beat him, and Amado's like, no. No, he can't win. So it's interesting from that perspective, but I wanted more of a show don't tell type of thing to see, like, just explore the nuance of it, because coming out of Amado's conversation with Kawaki, and we kind of discussed this on the last like discussion video we had on the channel, that Amado said basically, just to kind of, I guess, not necessarily quote him, but, you know, paraphrase, I'm just going to take the stats from your defense and I'm going to put them in your offensive abilities. So I was kind of hoping to get some of that nuance, some of that on page shown, instead of just being told that he can't win. But I guess we're kind of on a deadline and we have the pacing. It's kind of full speed ahead. But I kind of wish we got that when it comes on to this fight. All in all, if we were to just take out Amado's like no he can't win statement, like on paper, no pun intended, it doesn't seem like Kawaki had any setbacks or drawbacks from having his power adjusted. So that's the thing I would have kind of wanted to see instead of just being told. But I guess being told is enough in the grand scheme of things. Now, to be honest, based on how I feel about Kawaki right now from a power standpoint, I'm not lying, this is what I kind of thought Kawaki would have been at the end of part 1. but I guess that's not the case. Like, because I remember like when we got the revelation about karma and how it was extracted, and I used to, well, probably still to a degree, hyper literally interpret like the extraction percentage, like, oh, Boruto's 82% like Momoshiki. That means like he's 82% at least as strong as Fuse Momoshiki. I tend to hyper like literally take those percentages as okay, they're as strong as these characters were, like their respective Otsutsuki. So the way he's performing now is how I kind of expected him to perform back then. But I guess it raises the question, like, how long has Amado, at what point did Amado adjust his offense and put it into like primarily defense? Has that been from pre-time skip? Just a random question to put out there. But anyway, apart from that, yeah, I love the performance that he had against Jura here. Again, it kind of puts him on a stage, like a similar stage as Boruto in terms of the power dynamic. It just makes it feel like, okay, there's so many different characters that could really like push the story in so many different directions. And I think even Jura, even though it's more out of like, what the hell is going on, like that type of vibe, but Jura kind of highlighted it himself in the chapter as well, when it's like, yo dog, like, me not understand. Himawari just get power up, you get power up, Sarada get power up. You know, him just kind of reeling off all these characters who have so like a diverse set of abilities and have kind of risen to like a certain power level. All these characters that can kind of make the story go anywhere. Like this, the arc can literally go anywhere. Like it's like Cell Saga, well, or Android Saga type of vibe where like, yo, Vegeta could end the villain now, or it could be Trunks, it could be Goku, it could be Gohan, it could be Piccolo, like that type of vibe, you know. That's what I'm getting with all like Kawaki's like rise to power, and you know it's good. As I said, it makes the story feel more dynamic. His performance really nice, but I know a lot of persons are saying like, oh, maybe Juro will have like some rage moment or reveal his true power, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not gonna lie, the panel here when Jura kind of gets the wood style, like, and just repairs himself without any issue. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this man was in no danger. This man was in no danger. And it's interesting too, because when I think about it, the other Shinju have to go back to the base to get repaired, versus this man that can just seemingly get repaired anywhere. So I'm kind of curious, has this weird evolution of a divine tree, has to some degree Jura, the Ten Tails, kind of, well, he's obviously, there's an actual tree there now, quote unquote, but not in the world devouring state, because it hasn't eaten like a actual Otsutsuki in the grand scheme of things. So I'm kind of wondering, are the roots of the divine tree already spread through the planet in some shape or form? Because the fact that this man could just call the roots here all the way in the desert, I'm kind of curious, right? So there's that. Yo, but not like that. Yo, the boy just look like that Aizen type of energy, like, you know. But in the grand scheme of things, we knew that Jura wasn't going to like end here or die here or anything. We had the vision of prescience, but like how Caution Koji was saying, like the future has greatly shifted. So it's kind of anybody's guess what's going to happen next in that sense, you know. So that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie, panel of the chapter, definitely this. Yo, them look fresh, dog. Well fresh, bro. Well fresh. Yo, but don't know, like Kawaki, the bad attitude, Boruto. Yo, nah, don't worry, nah, we're coming back for you, bro. Don't worry. But but as far as I'm concerned, I still think I mean, Kawaki didn't go all out because he didn't use his level 2 karma, it was just level 1. So, but I mean, I still think Boruto should probably have the edge right now all the same, but Kawaki is very impressive, dog. I just want to even just go back over the fight. I mean, similar to Boruto, he can kind of go toe to toe with like Jura, like to a degree, like physically. Like he doesn't seem to be struggling or anything. So I'm starting to think that even Amado's concerned that he couldn't win here now, right? Um, I'm wondering if it's kind of like a stamina thing, like a stamina concern, because I think it's implied that Jura can, I guess, heal without any issue. Like, he doesn't seem like too bothered, really. So I'm wondering if it's a case that Kawaki would have kind of just run out of energy, run out of stamina, similar to like how Boruto was kind of running out, getting tired in his fight with Jura. So it could be like a legitimate like Android situation, like, oh, you haven't mastered the Super Saiyan transformation, and we don't really run out of energy, our stamina, really. So there is definitely that. And I do like how they still maintain the the Jura characterization of him kind of just trying to figure out love and how humans operate and everything. I did love the comedic the comedic aspect of of the interaction between Hidari and Jura at the end there. Though he's so dumb, bro. And what makes it like feel that much dumber is the fact that, like, you know, as a millennial, kind of showing my age, but totally like, yeah, maybe like a Gen Z, Gen Z type of like. I just, yo, somebody need to meme this. Somebody need to meme this, bro. Like, but not like the man just like, God, like this nigga, this nigga. So that was funny. But I do like that we're kind of setting up things. I mean, we already knew as well that things would be Momushi would be the next major Shinju to get a spotlight. So I'm curious what's going to happen. Well, more so not even curious. I'm excited to get some Daemon action. So this should be very interesting to say the least. What do you guys bet on? Daemon, Momushi? Yo, honestly. And I'm kind of wondering what the dynamic is going to be between Boruto and Kashin Koji right now going forward. Because I think they, not necessarily that they've fallen out, but they're going to start maybe slowly but surely drift in terms of how to approach the conflicts to come. So that's the next thing I'm kind of thinking about. Like, yeah, this might be an issue in terms of their alliance, slowly but surely. And then Matsuri, I guess they'll. What I would also be interested in is seeing the restoration process with the Thorn Soul bulb as well. So there's that. But the more time goes on, like, again, like, it does seem it's just going to be like Jura and Hidari will be the two main like fully fleshed out Shinju, I believe. Because if if they get back Matsuri, sorry, not Matsuri, Moegi, if they restore her, it's like, there wasn't much to go on when it comes on to Matsuri. It's like, whatever. I mean, there's nuance there and relevance to the whole plot and nature of these characters that was explored through her love and her indecision and all that she went through in terms of confronting Konohamaru. But for the most part, it's kind of like a whatever sandwich in terms of her character outside of that. So I'm starting to think that, yeah, Hidari and Jura will be the two main Shinju that gets like that full exploration. That's what I'm pretty much kind of getting the more time goes on. I mean, I could be wrong. It depends on how Mushimi is kind of handled. So there's that. And then there's also the question of what's going to happen with Boruto. Like, I imagine they flying Thunder Gods back to the village. Or they just go back to the village regular speakers. Jura's not going to hunt them down or anything. So I'm curious, do we get a bit of Boruto in the village? Is a Boruto interacting with Sarada or what, you know? So that's the next thing too. Um, so I'm curious how that's going to pan out. But Kawaki, definitely, definitely up there as well, fam. But I'm kind of curious, like, I'm kind of curious how I kind of wonder how Jura would do against Sarada. Because I mean, the fact that Jura acknowledges her power as well, that does say a lot about Sarada, despite my, I don't want to say concerns. Well, I guess you could say concerns when it comes on to the power scaling or the power jumps these characters are having in the grand scheme of things. Characters like Boruto, Kawaki, understand. Based on what Ikimoto has said, I could kind of understand when it comes down to Himawari as well. And of course, I've acknowledged that Boruto, well, the Naruto universe is a series that your power level does not necessarily have to be high, but if you have something hacks like what Sarada has, then fine. So, I guess it just depends, but still concerned. But this was a decent chapter. I think I would give it I think I would give it a 7. I think I would give it a 7 out of 10. As I said, I do like the establishment of Kawaki's like newfound power. I love that we got to see it on display, but I just don't. I just think that we needed more nuance. Or maybe in another chapter, maybe they'll talk about it. Maybe next chapter on their way back to Konoha, like Boruto will say, "Yo, dog, it looks like you could have beaten Jura," and Kawaki will like, "No, dog, like." The fight went on, I would have just run out of stamina or something. Unless they talk about it like in another chapter or something, or Amado mentions something when they get back to Konoha. I don't know, something. But yeah, I like how they established Kawaki, even though they needed more nuance in terms of how he was showcased. I would have loved to see some drawbacks to his power adjustment, but it was good. It spells good things for the dynamic flow of the story going forward with Kawaki's new power. So there's that. It really reinforces the monster that Jura is, because all things considered, this man didn't look like worried or fazed in the grand scheme of things. So there's definitely that. We didn't get any Momoshiki. That's another thing. We didn't get any Momoshiki, which, jeez, I was kind of hoping he would show up for this arc, But Boruto's like, "Yo, dog, just be cool, just chill, calm yourself." But it would be interesting if we got like a internal conversation between Boruto and Momoshiki after this, maybe next chapter. I don't know, because it's just crazy to me. 24 chapters and not one show of Momoshiki, man. Yo, the chapter where Momoshiki appears has to break the internet or something. It has to, because, bro, like, the fact that they're holding off on this man for so long, it's crazy to me. Crazy. So this right here is just like another breadcrumb Ikimoto and Kishimoto are giving us. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. So there's definitely that to look forward to in the grand scheme of things. That's Momo waiting to come out. Like, man's, "Yo, dog, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. Let me out. Let me get some action." You see me? Yo, so there's, it was still a fun chapter, but it's definitely like a 7 out of 10 for me. I like, as time goes on, like, it feels like Jura and Hidari, like, similar to when they just came to Konoha, like, I'm starting to think we need a TV show. We need a TV show, like a sitcom with Jura and Hidari, dog. Cause, yo, you remember the man them come out Konoha and like Jura's in the bookstore and it's like, "Yo, dog, is Naruto here?" And like Jura's like, "Dog, really, bro, really? You really want to embarrass me in front of the storekeeper? Stop asking me some dumbass questions." That's the type of vibe, dog. You like Samira or Sarada. Um, I like them both. Um, I think I've always kind of manga wise at least I've always acknowledged Sumeri as like being the more emotionally aware, in tune type of character. But now that Sarada has kind of gotten to the point where she's no longer suppressing herself subconsciously, it's going to be. I think all things considered, I'm going to probably like the like meter for Sarada versus Sumeri for me is going to probably skyrocket higher because if Sarada is going to be also become emotionally aware or stop suppressing the things that she thought was like a waste of time no, she's gonna kind of equalize with Sumeri. But the thing is, Sarada is also like a primary combatant, like primary like heroine when it comes on to this series. So it's like both things, like all things considered, yeah, those two things she's going to kind of push her above Sumeri. So yeah. Way OP, bro. That's why Kishimoto holding back. Um, way too OP. Um, yeah. All things considered, like I'm kind of one of the persons that kind of subscribe to like, okay, like she's powerful, but to me, it's like just the hacks. That's the thing that's kind of pushing her above. I know persons like Mello. Shout out to you, Mello, if you ever stop by, or whatever the case may be. Person like Mello definitely has Sarada like way up there in terms of the pecking order. I'm pretty sure Mello would have Sarada above all of Shippuden. So, which is crazy to me. It's like some Dragon Ball Super level of power scaling or power jumps, which is it's kind of like ridiculous when you try to apply that type of ridiculous power jump to the Naruto universe without like, how should I put it, without a foundation of things to say, okay, this seems justified in terms of this character making this jump in power, you know. I know you could probably make an argument that the fact that she's been suppressing herself for so long and her kind of, I guess, lifting those limiters, so to speak, all at once here, you could say like, oh, she's got this modern Uchiha era level boost, but it's way too OP, bro. Way too OP. But that's why that's why for me personally, I'm always waiting like long periods of time before coming to a conclusion to say, oh, this character is this strong, this character is this strong, this character is this strong, you know. I know the plot, the narrative is telling us this. It would heavily imply or just straight up tells that this character is this strong, but I don't like jumping to conclusions, you know. So there's that. I want to see Sarada in more fights and all of that. And I know like the plot kind of demands it in terms of these characters being like a certain level of strength to actually even participate in these fights. Because again, I would say you had the top tiers of Naruto are by the end of Naruto, like Naruto, Sasuke, Madara, Kaguya, etc., etc. And then I guess the consensus is that, you know, with the additional 15 years that Naruto and Sasuke had, they should be way stronger than Kaguya. And then you have Momoshiki, and then you have Jigen that's stronger than them, and then you have Code beyond Jigen, and then you have all these characters that are supposedly beyond Jigen as well. And then you have Sarada, who pre-time skip, you could say, I don't know, where would you put it? Just for argument's sake, let's say she was, I don't know, argument's sake. I'm not saying this is the case, but let's say she was War Arc Kakashi level. And you're going to tell me that she makes this big jump from that level, surpass Madara, Ten Tails Jinchuriki, and yada yada to this level? Yeah. I need to see more first. I need more nuance, more something in the sauce to justify things before I say, okay, oh right, Sarada just beats all of Shippuden. So that's basically my take. So yeah. But anyway, all in all, solid chapter. Love the energy. I know probably some of you probably would rate it higher than me, but you know, fighting, it's dynamic. Let me see. I just want to kind of just scroll back through. So Tail Beast Bomb, Absorb, Behind, Sukune Kona, Dai Kokuten. Peers behind him, hits him through a few stone formations, comes back, blocks, dodge, block, block. It's doing his thing. I'm just curious to see how this is going to play out, or look when the anime comes back. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me, guys. So, let me know your thoughts on the chapter. No, I'm not doing this too early, but I know a lot of persons probably aren't here to taking my thoughts live. So let me know what you think after the fact. Shout out to you guys who join after the fact. So yeah, Sanjay Uchiha, and I'll see you in the next one.